Hello everybody, welcome back once again. We are playing Shadowrun. I'm actually just starting out here in a conversation with Mr. Gunderson here for a ghoul bounty. I am actually going to take this one. Sadly, he only offered 10, but I was able to negotiate up to 65, meaning that, basically it's kind of like two rolls, right? So like, the first roll being the initial price, and then the second roll being whether or not you're kind of successful in your negotiations. So I actually could have got a lot more for this one if the initial roll was better, but obviously that's as low as it goes. Really, he will literally only pay, like 10 is the least amount that he'll offer to do the ghoul bounty for. So anyways, I'm, like I said, going to take that. Knowing full well that that is going to remove my two runners from my party once we complete this, but I want to actually do this. I will do a little update here too, as far as my stats. I have farmed quite a bit of karma already, so I don't remember if I had my quickness all the way up in the last video or not, but it is a 6 now, which is the max for the main character. I'm going to bring up my charisma here. We'll just get that up to 4 because obviously I know full well that by completing this run, Freya and Rihanna are going to both leave because this will be considered a successful run. So I did bump up Freya's sorcery to 6. Looks like that's as good as we can go for now. Yeah, I don't have enough karma to bump that up even farther. I took Rihanna's firearms is now at a 5. I'm actually going to take this right to 6. And that's pretty much going to be it for her as well. I did bump up her body a little bit, although I think I might have had that in the previous video as well. But I think that's it as far as stats. Obviously in the last video there I did remove her SMGs. I reset that back down to 0 with the save editor. As well as Freya's pistols, but which doesn't matter at all really because she's probably never going to fire a weapon, so that won't really matter. But that is our stats. I did actually bump up my negotiation to 4 as well. I had my reputation already at 4, I know. Oh, and then I bumped up my firearms to 4 as well. And I'll just show you here. Check out. So I did notice that at a 4 in my firearms rating with a medium offense, his attack is, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8 points, I guess I would say. If I go one more, that's not going to do any good for me. I'm just going to lose the 2 defense. And you can see from going from neutral, he already has a 7 for attack, and then bumping that up to medium offense gets him to 8. But I will lose the 1 defense, but that's fine. Basically, I'm going to be relying on my quickness stat to kind of be my defense. So, and especially with the ghoul bounty. I don't know if I'll run into any of them, but I think in the ghoul house, excuse me, wow, which is what I'm going to call this, and definitely save outside, by the way. You can't save inside, so keep that in mind. So inside here, there's a couple of different types of enemies. There's just the regular ghouls, and then there's gargoyles, and then there's what I call, or I think they're supposed to be vampires. The vampires are the most dangerous. They're crazy fast. So this looks like this is about 5. And we pretty much destroyed it. Oh, wow, Rihanna almost got wrecked. That was actually a really bad spot for the ghouls to pop out at right away, because the doorway is basically the most dangerous spot, just because the hallways are so small. Oops, didn't mean to do that for him, but that's okay. And honestly, I probably should be using Rihanna's first aid instead anyway, because her biotech skill is way better. Wow, that didn't do much of anything for me. Yeah, that's not really doing much. There, that one did. It kind of seems like there's either like I don't know if it's like a graphical issue or if there's just a range, right? Like And I think that's probably the case. It's probably a range of how much it actually heals you for whenever you use these packs. So sometimes, like I noticed there, the first 2 hits on that for Rihanna weren't very good, and then the last one really seemed like it did a lot. So it's probably just checking your biotech skill and, you know, I don't know, making a determining factor on how much it's actually going to restore. But anyways, so when I do the ghoul bounty, what I usually do is I stick around these top 2 rooms because they're so big, and we just have a lot of extra room. There's a gargoyle. Gargoyles aren't too bad, especially if you can get, you know, good range on them like that. There's another one. They usually come in pairs. So now I'm at 7 kills in here. Keep in mind that the ghoul bounty maxes out at 20, so anything that you kill beyond 20 isn't going to do you any good. Also, every, you know, so many kills will also get a point of karma. Let's just see. We're at, oh, I'm all the way at 1 right now, so we'll see what we end up with after this. But yeah, this is it. As I was saying, the 2 rooms at the top are the biggest ones, and so that's going to give us, you know, a lot more room to kite. So generally, I always stick to these 2. I don't go really through any of these other doors because I think, I mean, obviously it's pretty dangerous. You don't want to get, you know, boxed in with a bunch of ghouls because it's pretty easy to get your characters killed that way. So we'll just keep going like this. What do I think I'm at 8 with that. This should be 10. So halfway there. You know, they just randomly spawn in too, so keep that in mind. And again, this is why the quickness stat is so good too. You want to kite these guys. Basically, they're all melee. Anything in here is melee, and so it's going to be, you know, pretty easy to keep your distance. The only, like I said earlier, the only real issue is the vampires. So this should be 14. The vampires are crazy fast, and yeah, they're really nasty. They're the ones that run around in the trench coats. You'll often see them in other zones of the game as well. It should be 16. Here I'm just firing at the wall. But yeah, the vampire's just crazy, crazy brutal. So you got to really be careful. And if you do get into a fight with them, basically you want to draw them away from the rest of the enemies and make sure that you're targeting them first and take them out, right? Because the ghouls are so slow, they're not really going to be much of an issue. But those vampires, man, if they get up on you, they can end it really quickly. So hopefully I'll end up getting into a battle with them eventually, just so that you can kind of see. But that is also why the quickness stat is so important. All right, so that's 17, if I've got my counts right, which I hopefully I've done. But also, I guess make sure that you've got enough ammo when you come in here, because there's quite a bit of shooting that needs to be done. Freya and I've been kicking around using Freya, or kind of like running around controlling Freya. So we'll see. I may end up doing that. She the nice thing about her is, you know, I've still been running around frying the pedestrians out on the streets, and you know, she doesn't use ammo obviously when she casts spells. So that should be 18. So we're getting really close here. I think you can probably leave too, which, you know, towards the beginning of the game, or if you feel like you're a lot weaker, that might be a better idea, right? Is to just go outside every once in a while and save, and then come back in. But and actually, yeah, that probably is smarter too, right? Oh, there's a vampire right there. All right, so that's the guy with the trench coat. So you can see he's crazy fast. Looks like I'm like 2-shotting him though. All right, so we went over by at least 2 here, but no big deal. But yeah, that is why those guys are so dangerous. They're just so fast. I want to say, I mean, it seemed like he was able to kind of keep up with Joshua, which, you know, again, my quickness is a 6. So if that's the case, then that is how quick the vampires are too. So I'm gonna save now, and actually, yeah, Rihanna needs to get fixed up a little bit here first. probably not that big of a deal, but... so there I'm down to 1 use on that med kit, so I'm not going to use the last bit yet. Which is also what I did with the other 2 med packs that are on Joshua. They both have 1 use, and I don't want to use them and lose the 100 Nguyen. So we'll just say I'm looking for some work again. Nuke plant to Rat's Nest. I'm not going to take the job. And then here it says prior run completed. You distribute percentages and thanks to your team. And they both take off. So now we have to go rehire them. And we'll see here. Attributes. So 3 karma. Yeah, so I got 2 karma for all the killing that I did, as well as actually completing the run. Let's go to the Penumbra district first, and we'll pick up Freya. And yeah, there. So now because his firearm stat's so good, and I adjusted my Jesus, what am I thinking here? The posture. Jeez, I don't know, I was having a little bit of a brain fart there. I'm able to take out these pedestrians in 2 shots, which is pretty nice, instead of the 3 to 4 that it was taking at the beginning of the game. So here's Penumbra. I'd like to go in. It cost me 75. Freya is well worth it. All right, looking for a good runner. She says 720 for a single run now. That's a bit less than what it was initially. I'm going to hire her again for the short term. Obviously, I don't actually have enough to hire her long term yet. But yeah, we'll get there. I don't actually remember what her initial hiring price was. Maybe like around 1,000? And then Rihanna is over here. We don't actually need to take a cab. We can just walk right to the matchstick here. And we'll have to pay a little bit to get in here as well. And we will just hire her. 850. Yeah, so actually didn't see how much I got. So 65 times 20. So a little bit over 1,000 Nguyen for that ghoul bounty. And that's why I really actually only will do that if he's paying, you know, pretty kind of decently, right? Because if we only make, you know, if we were only to get 100 Nguyen and we killed 20, you know, that'd only be 200. That would not be worth it at all, because I'd just be, you know, spending all my money trying to rehire these lovely ladies. And I don't really want to be throwing away all my money just that easily. All right, actually, before I forget, I'm going to go sell my med kits. Don't want to accidentally, you know, use the last uses on those and lose out on a bunch of cash. So that one only had 1. That one only has 1. This is a brand new one. That's got 5, but I'll get rid of it anyway. I'm doing pretty good here as far as... I mean, really, the only damage I'm taking is on that ghoul bounty. Yeah, like these Halloweeners are just nothing now. They just evaporate. Alright, let's save here. So my goals here, really specifically for Joshua, is to keep going with my charisma, and then actually to bump up my negotiation next. Like, I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot as far as running around in Redmond Barrens, where, you know, the rest of my stats are really going to carry me. Obviously, the quickness is keeping me safe. Firearms are, you know, reducing the cost of gunning down these pedestrians. So we're looking pretty good there. But I really, what I want to do is get my hiring prices down, as well as my negotiation up, you know, to just keep getting us more money. So here's another ghoul bounty. Looks like, you know, after negotiations for 30, I'm not going to take that. That's not anywhere near where it needs to be to make it worthwhile. Jackal's Lantern back to Rat's Nest. That's a pretty good run. I don't actually really care about I think he was only offering us 45, but honestly, this is really more about grinding karma at this point. So I'm not, you know, super worried about how little I'm making on these runs. Just need to keep grinding that karma out and we'll be good. Looks like we've got some Halloweeners over here by the nuke plant. Yeah, I'm not going to bother with him. We'll just cruise back up here. And get right to our next run. Stoker's Coffin to the nuke plant. That's a good enough run for me. Excuse me. I'll probably do a couple more of these runs, and then maybe I'll do some more off screen, because you know, there just isn't that much to see at this point. Maybe I'll pick it up on another ghoul run, and we'll just see the. I'd really like to show the falling prices of the ladies when we go to rehire them, because again, and I mentioned this. I don't know if it was earlier this video or the last video, but the more successful runs that you complete with them, the lower their prices will be. It does kind of max out, but we're not there yet. Rat's Nest to the nuke plant. That's good enough. So yeah, so we'll drop their prices down a bit more. You know, eventually, obviously, I am gonna have to just bite the bullet and hire long term. I already forgot where I was supposed to go. Rat's Nest first. And yeah, so we'll hire them long term, and then we won't have to worry about this rehiring nonsense. Because yeah, it's not, you know, it's not. I should actually do the math and just figure out, you know, where the kind of breaking points are at. Like where, like if at a certain point it's just worth it to keep grinding out cash and then hire, you know, for the long term, or does it keep making, or does it make sense to kind of like max out their, you know, kind of how much they like you before you hire for the long term? I'm just not 100%. Actually, probably it's actually probably worthwhile to not do the ghoul bounty. Rat's Nest to Jump House. Yeah, that's pretty good. And to just kind of keep them with you and have the and just keep kind of you know, gaining more and more karma, and then hiring, you know, kind of later on. Oops, I messed this up. Yeah, I went to the wrong place again. Jeez. Rat's Nest to Jump House. Yeah, I was thinking Jackal's Lantern for some reason. But yeah, you know, the math I'm sure is there. We'll just have to sit down and do it. But you know, the other thing is the you know, it's obviously we need karma. Period. Like it's probably. I mean, I can't say it's the most important currency in the game because it's kind of like a currency, right? You make it and then you spend it. Yeah, it's just, but it's extremely valuable. The nice thing too is that you get it while getting the other actual currency, right? So, Jackal's Lantern to the nuke plant. That's a good run. So yeah, so it's kind of just something that, you know, you're gonna get while making the the actual money that you need for other things. And I should actually check here. Where are we? What are we looking like here? 8 karma. So if I want to get my charisma up, it's going to take me 5. And then another 6 to max it out for a total of 11. Yeah, I'll probably do that. I'll probably go all the way up. Or do I just go higher negotiate? You know, the karma is important, or would be more important if I was hiring and rehiring these runners more often. But I can probably hold off on that and prioritize my negotiation, right? Because that's actually just going to get me more money for every one of these runs. Well, not every one of the runs, but it's going to help me get more money kind of overall, right? And like negotiation works kind of like in the long, for the long haul, right? Like you're not always going to see a you know, a big boost, but eventually and over time you'll make money. All right, so the nuke plant to Chiba, that's all right. And yeah, I think this will probably be the last run that I do on screen, and then I'll do some more stuff off screen, and then I'll probably pick it up again when I go to do some more ghoul bounties, because those are kind of fun, right? They're a little bit different, bit more intense for sure. I keep forgetting my my runs. Nuke to Chiba. you know, because I'm obviously explaining stuff while I play. Hard for me to concentrate sometimes on, and all these runs kind of blend together too, right? Once you've done point A to point B, you know, 20, 30 times, yeah, it gets a little tough to keep track of. But yeah, so I'll head back over here to the jump house. We'll see if I can pull a ghoul bounty. Maybe I'll give it 1 or 2 shots, and then if I can't, I'll just cut it and pick it back up once I've been able to successfully do that. Let's actually save here too. It's been a little while. Not in really any danger of dying, but regardless, a good idea to be saving anyway. All right, so let's see here. Nope, Stoker's Coffin to the Jackal's Line. Actually, that's a really good payment, so I'm actually going to take that. I'll pick this back up, though, as I was saying, you know, once I pull another ghoul bounty. So we'll be right back. Okay, so not actually long after, I think I did only 1 more run, I pulled this ghoul bounty at 60 a pop. So I'm going to take that. So let's go whack some more ghouls here. Should probably check how many clips I've got here too. I got plenty. How about her? 16. Oh yeah, we're looking really good. So Rihanna right now, she's a real beast. Let's see, Joshua's at 2, 4, 6, 8 for attack. She looks like she's at, I think that's 11. Oh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go medium offense with her as well. Yeah, that looks pretty good. A little risky. You know, the AI isn't as good about kiting. Well, I mean, I don't think they even really bother. So it can be a little bit riskier to have her doing that. But yeah, let's save here. And head on in. Actually, just kind of broke one of my thumbsticks here. Well, not broke, but the little pad that goes over the thumbstick just fell off. This controller has seen some use. Maybe it's time for a new one, actually. Yeah, and I think if you saw it, you would agree. I broke one of the, I think it's the R1 button, technically. Basically, there's a little post on the inside of the controller itself, and it was plastic. And just using the R1 apparently maybe too many times, or I pressed it too hard once or twice, snapped that post off, so I drilled a hole through the top of the controller and ran a really long screw through it, and the screw is now acting as the post that the R1 button rotates on. So here's another. Oh wow, we just smoked that. Yeah, that was crazy fast. Freya took a bunch of like mental health damage though, so I'm gonna fix her up. But yeah, that vampire died really quickly, which is good. But it looked like somebody got a good couple licks there. I think I'm at 4. I actually wasn't even paying attention to how many I've killed, but I killed the gargoyle, I know, and I think that was 3 right there. So let's just say that we're at 4. Oh, another vampire. Looks like another 4, so this should be 8. It looks like I took no damage that time. That's nice. Boom, boom, boom. 6 and 9. Yeah, it's funny. The gargoyles are a little bit more dangerous at the beginning once your quickness is pretty bad, but once you get into like the 5-6 range, they don't even matter. They just can't get you. What did I say? 9? What are we at? I think it's 9. And was that? Was that really only 2? I thought that was 3. Let's just say we're at 14. Gonna have to whack some more pedestrians after this. We're running low on medkits. Or take a break from the ghoul bounties. Alright, so we're maybe 16? Again, I've completely lost track. I'm the worst at this. Trying to do commentary and remember how many kills I've got. Basically impossible. Can't remember basic numbers. No recollection. Alright, let's just say 4 more. Alright, so I'm getting 60 a pop, 20. That should be a 1,200 once I'm completely done. I guess I can, you know, always check my... This should do it, actually. Alright, let's get out of here. We'll see how, if I counted correctly. Oh, we got a bunch extra anyway. Yeah, that vampire just got completely wrecked. Yeah, Ghoul Bounty is feeling pretty good already. No problems. No med kit for me? How dare you. Alright, let's get rid of this one. I don't think she's got any, nope. Oh, this one's got 2 uses still. Well, really 1. Let's use that actually on Joshua. Then we'll sell that. You know, the nice thing too is at this point I could actually just buy them as well, and then, you know, use 5 hits off of it and then sell it. Ah, yeah, I guess it's 200. We'll hold off on that. I'm sure I'll pick some more up by the time I need medkits again. And I'll save here one more time. Alright, so let's see how accurate that was. 5,766, so we should be at 6,966, did I say? 6966? Yeah, 6966 should be. Alright, and I'm not going to take that job. There's the splits. Oh, nope, I was short. I was short quite a bit. Yeah, so a couple kills. Well, one of these days I'll learn to count, but probably not today. Alright, so let's go grab Freya again and Rihanna afterwards. And we will get right back to business. The business of farming karma. And I am curious what these hiring prices are going to be this time. Let's see, what's my karma at? 4. Yeah, so I wouldn't be able to bump up my my charisma at all yet, unfortunately. So we aren't going to be getting, you know, the best price for rehiring, but it is what it is. We got to work with what we've got. So let's head on in, get these lovely ladies rehired. All right, so she's down to 480 for a single run. We'll just hire her back. Yeah, we're definitely getting into range of hiring for the long haul, at least on Freya. Music's kind of fun. Alright, let's head on in here. I'd like to go in. Easy money. Chummer. Let's see what Rihanna has to say. 560. Sounds good. So actually, at this point, we made enough off of that ghoul bounty alone to rehire both of them. So things are looking really good. Did I just get a med kit? Nope. Dang. Right. this taxi. Go back to Redmond. And at this point, I am going to, yeah, probably end this video here. We're at a good ending point. I'm probably going to do some more karma farming off screen, just because, again, you know, doing these Redmond runs over and over isn't, you know, particularly exciting commentary, but I'll pick it up, I guess, kind of either on another ghoul bounty or, I don't know, maybe some sort of important update if I do anything like that. So, anyways, as always, hope the guide was helpful, and thank you for watching.